Good evening. I realize today, which is Saturday, the 29th of September, that tomorrow is the last day of September. I thought Monday was the last day of September 2018, but Monday is October the 1st. So I thought I would show the books that I have on my to-be read pile for the month of October. Some of these books I've been reading for a long time. First, as you know, I read Christian books in the morning up until the afternoon, and sometimes I might read these books throughout the day, but usually I read these books in the mornings. And I'm still going to read in October. I haven't put it down on the lower level. Seeing God, the Beatific Vision in Christian Tradition by Hans Boersma. And I plan to read in the mornings The Rise of Reformed System, The Intellectual Heritage of William Ames by Jan van Vliet. And I'm going to read Theoretica, Practical Theology, Prolegomena, Volume 1 by Petrus van Mastricht, translated by Todd M. Reiser out of Latin. And I'm still going to read Saints' Everlasting Rest. I read this morning for devotions. I read some of this. So that's what I'm going to read in the mornings. Also, I'm looking at the Marrow of Theology by William Ames, since I'm reading the Intellectual Heritage of William Ames. This is his most famous work, the Marrow of Theology. So when it comes to what I'm going to read, first of all, I'll show the things that I definitely were going to read. And first of all, I want to finish in the month of October, The Unexpected Professor in Oxford Life and Books by John Carey. I'm almost done with this. This is a memoir. And I'm going to read American Audacity in Defense of Literary Daring. These are essays, literary criticism by William Girard. Also, we're rereading his novel, Busy Monsters by William Girard. This is kind of my light reading. This is kind of comical. So I read that when I want something light. And I'm going to keep reading the collected stories of Machado Diaz, translated out of, I think, Portuguese. I don't remember. I don't know. Anyway, he was a South American writer. I think he was Brazilian. Let me think here. Yeah, Brazil's greatest writer. So I'm going to keep reading these stories in the month of October. And I'm going to keep reading, even though this is gut-wrenching, Havoc by Tom Kristensen. This is translated out of the Danish by Carl Malmberg. This was published first in 1930. It's a Danish novel. You know, I'm going to keep reading it, even though it rips me up inside. And I'm going to read Hiking with Nietzsche. You know, this is a fast read. I'm almost halfway through this thing. And these are the things that I look at. American Eden, David Hussick, Botany and Medicine in the Garden of Early Republic by Victoria Johnson. I like this. I might just read it in October. I started reading this book, The Audacity of Eusden Burns, Dreams, Desire, and Treachery and Ruin in the City of Gold by Stephen G. Bloom. And I'm still reading down the list, Unfabling the East, The Enlightenment Encounter with Asia by Jarjan Osterhammer. This is translated out of the German by Robert Savage. And this is at the very bottom of my to-be read. I got this out today. This is Edward Munch, who painted the very famous painting, The Scream. And the reason why I got this out is that when I was reading Hiking with Nietzsche, I noticed in the back these different recommendations, and one was written by a woman named Sue Pridex, who wrote this. I had to go looking for it. I dug around. Well, I'm really having progress on de-hauling the books down the lower level. I've already filled 10 boxes, and this afternoon I went through them again, and I'm getting a lot done. But she wrote this, Sue Pridex, Edward Munich, Behind the Screen. Well, she's coming out, and I just pre-ordered it, A Life on Friedrich Nietzsche. It says back here, author of I'm Dynamite, A Life of Nietzsche. So I pre-ordered that. It's supposed to come out in October. So I thought I would read this throughout the month of October. I tried reading it a while back. I got this from the Book Nook, a while back. This was published in, see, there's the screen. See the screen? It was published by Yale University Press in 2005. This is second printing. It's really nice. It has all kinds of drawings in it. It's very well done. It's very thick. See, it has all these paintings in it, and it looks really interesting. And so that's the bottom of my list. But I was really enjoying reading American Eden. I'll probably continue reading that. I'll probably finish Hiking with Nietzsche. I'm almost finished with The Unexpected Professor. I'm rereading American Philosophy, a love story by John Kaag, who wrote this one. I'm just rereading it. And I'm going to keep reading Havoc, even though it makes me feel really bad. And I've been enjoying the stories of Machado Diaz. You can just read a couple stories throughout, maybe once a week you read 2 or 3 stories. And I'm enjoying reading Busy Monsters by William Girard. And I'm really enjoying these essays by William Girard, American Audacity and Unfabling the East. This is like a travel kind of thing, and I like reading about travel in foreign countries. And I'll read these in the morning. The Rise of Reformed System, which is on covenantal Reformed Calvinistic theology in the 17th century in England. Well, William Ames, I told you, William Ames got exiled to the Netherlands. So he was basically, even though he was British, due to all the religious and political turmoil in England, he had to flee to the Netherlands. Seeing God, I'm still reading that. Reading this new translation of the famous Practical Theology by Prolegomena, Volume 1. And reading for contemplation, Saints' Everlasting Rest, which is on the state of glory. After the Christian dies, he goes into the eternal rest, the everlasting rest. So these are the things I'll be reading throughout the month of October. And I've been reading some of these throughout the month of September. Some going back until, I don't know, when I start reading Seeing God, at least 2 or 3 months ago. So that's what I'm going to be reading. As far as my diary tomorrow, I'll be on page 800 tomorrow. I ended on page 799. Like I said, I watched some college football today. I really couldn't focus, so I worked downstairs going through the books, boxing them. I did mow the lawn since we were supposed to rain, and it was getting kind of bad out there, mowing the lawn. It's one thing when you own a house, you gotta mow the lawn. So that's about it. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. It's only 6:43 here in West Michigan. Oh, I know. I was going to watch, I think Ohio plays Penn State tonight. Something like that. And I'll go to bed. I usually go to bed around 11 o'clock. Now, last night, I really had a hard time. I went to bed, and I laid there, and I laid there, and I laid there, and I couldn't fall asleep. So I got up, and I wandered the house in the dark until midnight. And that's what I did. I could take some stuff, but if I take these things that help me sleep, I really feel drugged the next day. I feel like really zoned out. So I don't want to take anything. So I just, maybe I got to stay up later and get really tired. So yeah, this is Saturday here in West Michigan. It was a nice day. The sun came out this afternoon. It's supposed to rain all next week. Cold. Typical early autumn weather. So I'll stop my rambling and I'll sign off. Until next time, bye.